Hi, thanks for stopping by today. Today's February 28th, 2026, and I have some slides and some live demo content. Let's get started. So the concept here is really simple. We generate these pages. These auto-generated pages include a calendar invite button. What a calendar invite button is somebody puts their email address here at the top of a page. We auto-generate these events. Someone clicks a button, they get a calendar invite. This calendar invite in this particular demo is going to Mandy at techvader.com. She selects some games, she gets the calendar invitation. We track that data here on the back end of reporting engine. And then if the organizer wants to see a granular detail for a particular event, they can click one button and get a detailed email address report sent to them. So this is all auto generated, and we'll get into it. So along the way, you'll see that this is more of a stock looking page at a schedule layer. This is for the 1,200 games for the NBA, which was imported in. I'm not going to get too much detail in this slide on that, but that data was imported into a personal calendar and then displayed here on this auto-generated game schedule. And that game schedule here is a stock one, this one here. And then you'll see this one here is a auto-generated custom page that you can go check out at nba2026.calendarsnack.com. So these two are using the same data sets and they're using the same workflow. So somebody here like Mandy would use this one the same data set. She'd select a game, she'd get the calendar invites. The organizer in the back end would actually track the calendar invitations. They could be updated, could reflow back out to Mandy, who already has this on her calendar. You can insert a promotion for tickets, merch, and or other things into the calendar invite. And that's the whole purpose, to use this automation system to drive sales. So how did I get data into the calendar invite server? That calendar invite server is actually run in the back end, and we have a front end system, which you're seeing right here to the right. Data is put into the system using a Dropbox concept. This Dropbox concept has a ETL. It extracts, transforms, and loads data into AWS to display this data and send calendar invites. So the concept here is any organizer that uses their email client can send a single event to create at calendarsnack.com. This is an arbitrary email address. When you install the calendar invite server in your account, your AWS account that is, you'll come up with your own naming scheme. This is a naming scheme for the demo, create at calendarsnack.com. That's how this API is drawing data out of the database and visualizing this here. What we do is insert these calendar invite buttons when we pull in the array of data for the NBA and display here in this page in a monthly schedule. These buttons are preloaded with the UID, and we actually build a calendar invite on the fly using the AWS SES Raw API. That said, this is the way it looks here, a workflow level. I told you all that step one was you get the data in. This is 1,200 games, which was automated in the upload to the organizer itself and then uploaded to our gateway, create at calendarsnack.com. I'm not going to get into that here, but essentially the inbound processor, as I spoke about previous, ETLs the data, inserts into the database, and then these calendar invite server APIs here that we built for this stack called the calendar invite server sit in the background, and they listen and wait. And when the data is pulled from the front end APIs using an app, it visualizes it here. Emails is inserted here in this box here, and it floats around on page to page, keeping state. And when somebody clicks a button here, it talks to the API, and we send out the calendar invite, and then we track the data on it. So I just showed you all the first one. And then, so if you look at the first one, that's a custom one. This is the stock one. We ship both the templates for NBA, NFL, and MLB with the calendar invite server. These are for demo purposes. And the thought concept there is if you're a large franchise and want to promote sales around the games from a merchandise or a booth or ticket sales, you could use this type of system to flow data, send data, and then anybody that signs up for the particular game, you can pump a merch and or ticket or a promotion around it if in fact you're in that target zone for a live game in said city, or just a virtual promotion online around professional sports. So you'll see that the stock template, is right there. And as I work through this again, I'm working through the fact of how the data got in. It got mapped off a business or personal calendar. It was sent to this box. We basically ETL it, transform and load it, and it is ready for the APIs themselves. The inbound processor, I'm leaving here in YouTube for y'all to stop and kind of take a peek at it if you want. I'm not going to get in any great detail. I just showed you all the stock event schedule generated here, and then this custom one here. And then in particular, how they're visualized again here with the API gateway, and then back to the API gateway and visualizing data on the custom one. So the outbound processor, as I spoke about in a previous slides here, is a piece of tech that's embedded in here. Explicitly, what we do is when we store the data, we make it a REST API that's embedded in these buttons here. These are auto-generated, embedded in. There's nothing for you to do as an organizer. These are just part of the stock templates. So I'm going to move on from here. You can see like the calendar invites sent out by the outbound processor and the REST API are here. Click a button, calendar invites are sent, and we track. And then we have an update processor. Essentially, it's a control flow logic, if you will, for anything updated in the organizer's calendar client, reflows out. So you could send out merch updates, ticket updates, location updates, message body updates, etc., etc. Anything in your calendar can be updated by simply just going in using the edit command and updating and saving. I can also cancel it. Anybody that's received a calendar invite from one of the landing pages will automatically receive the updated or canceled calendar invite information from the organizer using the calendar invite server. So what we do specifically is we capture this data from every individual calendar invite. It's because we request the participant to actually send something back if in fact they click one of these buttons, yes, no, maybe. We're the only people that do this, and essentially each particular calendar invitation is coded such that it does request these receipts back. And when someone clicks these buttons, the data is sent back to our API REST gateway, and then we store that in S3. We do a Lambda exercise and put it in Dynamo. We do analytics here with our APIs, and you can kind of see our special sauce. We're the only ones that do this. We are not an add to calendar solution. We are a full calendar invite messaging pipeline. And so that's the wrap up for that. I think I'm going to stop there and then do live demos here on Saturday on another video. And thanks for stopping by.